Good morning. I'm Rosemary DeTrolio, and you're listening to The Lightwalker's Path. It's a place to develop new insights, find your soul's purpose, hear enlightening conversation, and be inspired. Good morning. I'm Rosemary DeTrolio. This is The Lightwalker's Path and on multiple streaming platforms. Join me Tuesdays at 10 Eastern to develop your insights and find your soul's purpose. You can find replays on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other streaming platforms. And today, I thought I would go over just a couple things that will help you shift. And one of the things I want to show you is this. It says manifesting your mission. And manifesting your mission has to do with stepping into what you want to bring into your life. And today I'm going to talk about some signs, synchronicities, and things that you might be seeing, which are kind of like a heads up from the universe to say, now's the time to change or to shift. So one of the things you might be seeing will be number combinations, 1111, 444, and other combinations of numbers that you might see repeatedly. Numbers do have meanings, and the reason why the 1111 is so common, it's kind of like the goalpost that's kicking you through, saying now's the time, get on your path. So 1111 shows you, to increase your opportunities, to step into your path, to know that everything will be okay as long as you keep moving forward. It's a powerful creative number that stands for beginnings, spirit, and power. And it helps you to manifest your dreams and desires. So if you have a clock and every time you look around you're seeing 1111 or on your car dashboard, one day a couple years ago I had ones all the way across my dashboard showing that it had manifested for me a couple years ago that I needed to keep moving forward on my path. Okay. If you see 444, that's a very common sign that angels and guides are near you and they're trying to get your attention. And it's kind of like a little blessing or a God wink, as my friend and I like to call it. It's a sign to keep going forward and that you are being helped along your way. There's many other number combinations that people see, and they do have a meaning. And sometimes I look them up, like I have a book called Angel Numbers, and I look it up in there, or I'll meditate on it and see what it means, or I'll, Google it and say, okay, what does angel number so-and-so mean? And it gives you a little bit of insight into what may match for you in your life at a certain time. Other signs may appear that you are on the right path. These would be synchronicities and coincidences. And synchronicities are things like coincidences that continue to happen. Like you'll keep hearing the same word. Like when I first learned Reiki, this is way back in 1996, I kept being drawn to the word. I'm like, what is that word? I don't even know that word. So I looked it up. I got some books out and I found out that it meant it was an energy modality. So I went for my first Reiki session back in 94 or 95. And from then I learned it. And I was really excited that that coincidence brought me into still using it to this day in 2025. Okay. Other signs might be things from your dreams. Repeated dreams happen when there's a message in there that we haven't understood yet. So if you keep getting the same repeating dream, it often means that there's some message that you have not understood or shifted or gleaned yet, and it'll continue until you understand the message in the dream. When I was a child, I had a constant dream of being chased, and I didn't know what it was. So I went to the library because, in the old days, you couldn't Google it, right? I went to the library and I found a book on dreams. And in the book, it says that Native people teach their children that if something chases you in a dream, stop, turn around, and ask it what it wants from you. What is the message? So I kept practicing with this skill. I was about 11 or 12 years old, and I kept practicing with that skill. And what I learned was that I was afraid of coming into my full power through my years as an adult, because I was a very shy, quiet person when I was younger. And once I understood the dream stopped. and I hadn't had it since. But it was a constant message for me not to walk in fear, but keep moving ahead on what I felt was right for my life and my path. So if you are getting these constant messages and constant dreams and you don't know what they are, sure, you can shoot me an email at info@rosemaryd.com, and I'll certainly try to help you out. But in the meantime, you can look up different things and see what those symbols mean and what it feels like to you, because each symbol is really very unique to ourselves. Okay. Other signs that you might get would be things like a feeling in your body. This is called body awareness, and it's our first line of understanding our intuition. So I want to just bring you through a very quick exercise so that you can feel where your body holds energy. And this is really helpful because when this feeling comes up, you have to stop and question, what does this feeling mean for me? Why am I holding it? Okay, so just relax for a moment. Take a deep breath in and out. And check in with your body right now and just see if there's any area of discomfort or stress. If there is, breathe in, let it go. Okay, I want you to consider a situation that you are making a decision on. It could be a job, it could be a relationship, whatever it is. Just focus that feeling in your entire body so that you're getting and internalizing this feeling of actually being in that situation. Check in with your body now and see if you're feeling anything stuck, tight, or uncomfortable. If so, that area of your body is where you are holding that distress. Okay, if you want to comment, if you're on YouTube or anything like that, and you want to shoot me a comment about where you're feeling it, I can identify what that is for you. It's very common to feel distress in the heart region or up here in the throat. If you're feeling it up here, like a tightness or a coughing feeling, that's often your will that's holding back change. So when you have a very strong will, sometimes we have that, we're afraid to say, so we're holding it in the throat area. If you need to express something positively, you'll also feel a funny feeling in the throat area. If it's down and you're feeling the tightness here, this is your heart chakra, and often it might mean that if I make that decision, nobody will love me. They will judge me for this. If you're feeling the distress here, this is underneath here, that area is called the solar plexus, and that holds feelings of confidence. So when you're making that decision or feeling yourself in that decision, you might be saying, oh, I'm not confident enough, or maybe they won't like me if I show my true self. It's also common for people to feel emotion down in their belly area. And those people are usually overthinkers that keep stuffing the emotion down in their gut. And for them, the feelings hit in the stomach area because they can't let a distress or a distressing feeling go. All right, we're getting a comment, so let me see what this says here. Okay. Gina said she felt the feeling in her heart. Yeah, it's real common for people that are caring people to take things to heart, as they say. So if that's you, just breathe, let it go, and give yourself time. You don't need to make a fast decision on something in your life. What you want to do is keep checking in with your body. And when you feel that openness, like you want to fly, and it feels light and airy, that's a yes feeling. If you still feel shut down, there's still unrepressed or stuffed down emotions that you need to understand before they will let go. So just keep that in mind. I also want to tell you that today during the live broadcast, if you have a question, if you have an issue that you're struggling with, a quick, text to the show, I can certainly do a quick connection and read for you. This is something that I'm offering today while it's during the live show. So you can let me know and you can text something to me. Okay, other things I wanted to go through. I wanted to explain what an intuitive reading is. I've had people often ask for intuitive connections or angel readings, and these are kind of they're similar, but they're different. Okay, so a quick intuitive reading is something that I do when I meet with people and they say, I bring in a group of people in, I want you to do a really fast, quick read for me. And what I do is I go into my body awareness, I connect with my higher power and my angels, I consider the person's question, and then I give them an intuitive heart reading. Sometimes the angels will come in very strong and guide me. Sometimes it's related to my heart energy and what comes through me. An angel reading is something very different that I offer on my website. An angel reading goes off of questions a person has asked. I channel, and channeling means I tap into my angel awareness, and then from there, I write down the angel's words. So before I even meet with a client, they do have a written angel communication reading, as well as an on the spot intuitive work with me after to go over the reading. Because it takes so much time for me to do and a lot of days involved, that is a large reading, and you have to be very serious about wanting that type of activity and service. That one involves sometimes past life, sometimes blocks and gifts that you have. That's also on my website. The transformational talk session is one where, I'm using a lot of intuitive information. I'm reading your body awareness as well, and I'm helping you to shift with ideas. And I can do those both on Zoom and in person. Okay, more about meanings, symbols, and signs. You might wonder if you're drawn to a certain color. Okay, so I want you to think about colors that you love to wear. For me, I love the blues, the greens. Occasionally, I like black, makes you look kind of thin and it's kind of nice and classy. But normally, you'll see me in a blue or a green color. Occasionally, I'll wear a deep pink color, but pink isn't really my color, especially if it's like that real bubblegummy color pink. I was like, oh, I can't wear that. I don't like yellow. I don't like wearing yellow. Okay, so there's a couple decisions when we pick color. One is if you were to walk in a room and you saw flowers, what colors would you be drawn to? My sister, who is an interior designer, does a whole section on color. And it's pretty neat because she designs people's homes based on what they are also drawn to and their personality types. I use it in a different way. Mine is what resonates with you. What energies of that color do you need in your heart and in your self? Okay, so I'm going to go over some color meanings with you. All right, if you're drawn to the color red, chances are you are an energetic person that has a very strong personality. And I'm thinking of my mother. She says red goes with everything. My mother loved wearing red. She was also a really fiery personality, and her Chinese sign was the dragon. So it kind of all fits together, right? So red people have a lot of energy and vibrance. They love being in charge. They love like charging forward and telling you what your life needs to be. Red people are strong and they're very giving, but they also have a lot of fire and energy. Red also fires up energy in you. So if you find yourself kind of tired and lacking, put on a pair of red underwear, wear a red shirt. Red will increase you. Okay, we have a caller coming in from New York City. Okay, let them in. If they are there, that'd be just awesome. Okay, can you put them through, Caleb? They aren't saying anything. Okay. I guess somebody maybe they lost their bravery. Okay, well, when that person comes in, you could let him in. Okay. Oh, and we're going on a break in about a minute. So maybe during the break, somebody will call in and be on the wait list. So when we return after this break, the Lightwalker's Path, I'm going to go over what a couple more of the colors mean, and I'll also mention tree work. Okay, be right back. Lightwalker's Path. See you in a few. Okay, so we have a comment and we also have a caller coming in. So is the caller able to come in? Hello? Oh, hi. How are you?
Hi, I called before, but I didn't know if I was on or not, but I did say hello, but no one heard me. So anyway,
Okay,
here.
we hear you now. Is this Rita?
Yes.
Oh, hi Rita. Nice to hear from you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So what's your question or comment or
Oh, well, I heard you were talking about color. I was just going to ask you what you're seeing for me if you were doing that. But
Oh,
since you're talking about color, I have a show tonight, and I was thinking of wearing red. And you were just mentioning
oh,
how red is those power colors.
an
So
a
what do you
color.
think of that?
Yeah. So, okay, is this for a comedy presentation or something else?
Yeah, yeah. I'm doing a
Okay.
comedy show. It's online, so I can
Oh,
wear
I
anything
gotcha.
I want from the
Okay.
waist up. Yeah.
Okay. If you're drawn to the energy of that red today, it could be that you're trying to energize yourself because you have to be really up when you're doing comedy, right? So that
Yeah.
would be a good reason to wear red if you feel drawn to it. If you also want to temper it, you can put like another color with it, like a navy something with it, or some
Yeah.
other color scheme that you feel. But if that's what you're drawn to, then that's probably what you need for today. I would imagine you usually don't wear red though, right? Are you
Um,
usually drawn to
yeah,
it or
I'm
not?
usually purple,
I was gonna say purple.
burgundy.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
was saying purple.
purple.
Purple is a spirit color. So, but I think if you're doing comedy, red is a good color for it.
Yeah, I like the splash of red,
Yeah.
burgundy, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Or you can even do like a purple scarf with the red under it, because purple and red are kind of neat with each other,
Yeah.
kind of complementary. So that would be kind of neat. Yeah. Very
All right.
cool.
Well,
All right.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
Uh,
Okay.
about color? No, not at all.
Okay.
That was it.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. Great. Thanks, Rita.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. Bye. All right. So I have a comment from Gina. She said she loves the angel readings I did. They were accurate. They identify personalities of both girls when I was pregnant. So much fun. I love to read them time to time. And they're grown up now, and it was done so many years ago. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Thank you, Gina. One of my friends texted my phone instead of the show, but she said to me that she felt very connected to my goodness and my gifts and for all the support. She wants to know let's see, how can she show up to help others, knowing when to move forward and when to move away? All right. So, what I would say is um, be really careful when you give advice when it's not asked for. I know we've all had situations where we blurt something out and you're like, oh, I should have just kept my mouth shut. So this is for Beverly that texted. I would I would feel it in your body first. Feel yourself with that other person giving that advice and see if you feel closed or open. If you're getting any hesitancy, that's a sign that you need to wait and hold back until someone asks you what to do. All right. If you are feeling, any hesitancy, that's a sign not to push forward. Okay. Numbers 11 and 12. So 11 is definitely that opening number. The other numbers I'm going to look up because I'm not going to look them up right now, but I will look them up and I'll text Beverly. I'll text you later. Cardinals, coins, and butterflies are signs. They usually say cardinals are from a deceased person. I don't have a resonance with cardinals per se, but I know other people do, and it's usually a sign from spirit when you see something with wings. My sign is a dragonfly, so when dragonflies come in for me, they have a meaning. For other people, it's probably butterflies or other winged creatures. Coins are also signs. So when my father had passed, there was no coin in my bedroom when I went to sleep. And when I woke up the next morning, there was a shiny penny on the floor next to my bed. And I knew that was from Dad because he had just passed. So I kept the coin. And then I said, Dad, why did you go? I missed you so much. I know you were sick, but why did you go? The next morning, next to my bed, again on the ground, was a really beat up penny. And it was so beat up, the front and the back were gone. And I knew that was his message telling me my body was too beat up, I had to go. And coins are signs. Another day, I was in my healing office and I walked in and I had my sign in book open. There was nobody in my office. I was alone. I left the room. I came back in and there was a nickel on the sign in sheet. Again, I believe it might have been Dad. We had a joke about a big shiny nickel or a dirty penny, when I was a kid. I don't know. It could have been my angels. But coins are usually a sign from our deceased loved ones or people that have gone before us, our ancestors. So there's many signs that we see. Okay. My sister, who is a designer, she had said that red and purple are in the same color family and they have a similarity. So that was kind of neat. Okay. The color yellow stands for optimism. So if you're drawn to yellow, yellow rooms, yellow flowers, yellow shirts, yellow things that you like, that's a very happy, uplifting color. I like flowers that are yellow, but it's not my favorite color. I am very optimistic and everything, but I'm not drawn to the color yellow. Green is a money color. It's a nature color. It's for harmony and peacefulness. It's also very calm, and you might notice that it's also used in hospital rooms because it's a color of healing. It also is the color of the heart chakra. Green is also used in classrooms. Green and blue are very common. Every year when they ask me, what color do you want your classroom? I'd always say light blue because it's a very calming color. You will notice that if you are at a restaurant and they want you to leave fast, they'll put the bright lights on and they'll have a lot of like energizing colors to get you moving and get you out of there fast. You will notice expensive restaurants are low lit. They have soft colors that lull you into eating and drinking and buying desserts. So think about that. Next time you go out, take a look around and see what colors you notice. And there's usually some kind of thought process that goes in when we use our colors. If you love orange, and I always think of my son because that's his favorite color, it's for energy, enthusiasm, and creativity. And my son is an artist, so that really matches his personality and who he is and what he loves. Purple is a color of mystery, spirit, and power. So if you are a spiritual person, and I'll show you my nails today are purple. If you're a spiritual person, if you want to grow that spiritual connection, you might be drawn to purple. Many of the priests, when they're doing their high spirit connection services, will often wear purple or purple, I can't think what they're called, but the thing that they wear over their cloaks in purple. Purple is a high spirit color. And years ago, like in England, you'll notice that the people, the religious people and some of the royalty would be drawn to certain colors. Red for power, purple for a spiritual connection for some of the people in the government. Okay, black is a sophisticated color, but I noticed that people that are highly sensitive but do not know how to block energy will often wear black as a protection color. It's very common also for Catholic priests because they're around a lot of people and a lot of energies, and they are protecting themselves with this color. Black absorbs. So black absorbs light, and it's a dark color that is like, I'm safe and protected, stand back. All right. As a person gains more confidence, if it's a person that wears black all the time and they learn how to shield and work with their energy, they will not have the need to keep wearing black. They'll shift. They'll wear something else. They'll go to blues or greens or a brighter color scheme. Another trick that you can do is wear a shirt of a certain color under something else. So for me, if I want to feel a certain way, I might pick like a blue shirt and put another color over it. You can layer color against your body. Pink, of course, is a need for love and heart energy. Turquoise, that's one of my favorites. It's for creativity, wisdom, and good fortune. So you might want to wear a color or bring those elements into your house or on your desk. Brown is a very grounding color. If you love brown and you like wearing brown, that's a very grounding color to wear. Of course, white, innocence, cleanliness, simplicity. And gray and silvers. So an interesting thing, years ago, I did an angel reading for a woman who's now a very well-known psychic. She's wonderful. And when I did her angel reading, what came in was that she had a silver aura. And I'm like, well, that's strange. I never heard anyone with a silver aura. And the angels told me the silver aura meant that she's already connected to the other side and divine information. And the silver shows that she's going to use this in the next section of her life. And that's what she's doing now. Okay, so color's pretty cool, right? Okay, other signs that we get. Sometimes when I'm walking in nature, I might look around and I'll see what kind of trees I might be drawn to. And things in nature often give us a sign. You know, we got our birds, our butterflies, our dragonflies, and trees. So that's the next thing that that I'm going to talk about. All right. A segue into that next section would be that coincidences are always a sign that you need to look for. So when you start getting lots of coincidences, that's a divine moment and a divine sign that you need to pay attention to. It's telling you something, whether it be a word you keep hearing, a book you keep seeing, a push to eat a certain kind of food. There's usually some kind of reason why our intuitive insight is leading us on. So I wanted you to think about that connection for you and what types of things you might be drawn to or you keep seeing repeated in your life. Of course, if you have a question, you do that. If you have a moment and you're not shy and you want to call in and ask a question or text something to the show or to me personally, I have my phone here. All right, so we'll be coming up on a sponsor break in about a minute or two. So the next thing I want to start with is, what do the trees mean? We've got 1 minute. So when we come back after the sponsor break, I'm going to go over the meaning of some trees. All right, we'll be right back. This is the Lightwalker's Path. Grow your spirit with Rosemary. Stay with me. Welcome back. I'm Rosemary. This is the Lightwalker's Path. Okay, so we were talking about signs and symbols of spirit and how to find them, what they are. So we talked about flying things, birds, butterflies, coins that you find, coincidences. So these are called like God winks or synchronicities. And then before the break, I had said the trees also give us messages. So it may be the kind of trees that you are drawn to or that you just seem to really love. All right. So we know that green is a growth color. We know that forests and earth and being outdoors rejuvenates us, and it's supposed to. We're not supposed to spend our days inside in tall buildings away from the earth. So the more connected you are with the outdoors, the earth, and nature, the more open and intuitive it helps you to become. It also helps to clear your energy and give you revitalized energy back. All right, so trees. Trees represent the natural world. They represent cycles of growth and rest. So if you think about us as humans, we also need a growth time. We need a rest and rejuvenation time. We need to be well rooted and well grounded, and we need to be open. Okay, oaks. So if you think of an oak tree, what is it? It's strong, it stands, it's a bit inflexible, but it's very strong and it grows slowly and it learns. In other words, it learns the earth, it learns the weather patterns, it continues to thrive. A birch tree is a symbol for kind of like new growth, introspection, new beginnings, and being purified. Birch trees are great too because the outside of them can be burned. So those people that are campers know that if it's raining and you can't start a fire, you could take a piece of birch bark and it'll burn even when it's wet. So birch trees give us that rebirth, purification, and new beginnings. Willow trees are not well rooted. They're very top-heavy trees that will often roll over in a storm or topple, yet they grow near the water. They're beautiful trees, and they represent introspection, feminine energy, and mourning. Mourning means crying, mourning, not morning a.m. Okay, an apple tree. Okay, you think of the Bible, we had the apple. In the Bible, actually, that apple was most likely a pomegranate because in Jerusalem, the apples weren't the thing. It was pomegranates, right? But apple trees represent knowledge. And because of our stories about apples, it also represents temptation and also bounty. You think of, the bounty of a beautiful apple tree when it's fully ripe. Pine trees. Okay, we use them during the holiday season, right? Because they're everlasting. They're always green. They have a beautiful clearing scent to them. Pine trees are all about being resilient, standing tall even when the weather changes in your life, and having hope. Okay? Cypress trees, mourning, transformation, immortality. So it's kind of interesting too, if you were to think of sitting under a tree and meditating, which tree would you be drawn to? And I love the big apple tree. Like I think of the branches of an apple tree. As a child, I was always in a tree. I was actually always in a sycamore tree in my yard. But I remember my father was probably over 50 at the time, and he goes, "You don't think I can't climb that tree? I can climb that tree." And my father showed me how we climbed the sycamore in like 5 minutes. He was up with me on the branch. Trees are sheltering presence for us, and they give us this beautiful energy. If you're really brave and there's no one around, go for a walk and hug a tree. If anyone looks at you funny, just like tap the tree as if you're like looking for something or you're studying it. No one will care. But if you touch a tree, they have incredible energy. Years ago, I took a workshop where we actually communicated with the tree. And I know it sounds crazy, but go with me here. And I touched the tree and I closed my eyes and I felt and heard the tree humming. And I'm like, this is so cool. So I told the person who was teaching the class that I was hearing the tree hum. And he was saying, trees hum. And it's kind of like the resonance of energy to other trees. They've recently found that trees also grow in community. And just like us, we need like-minded community to grow. So they found that I think it's called mycelium, which is the bacteria that is bonded with the tree, also is symbiotic with the tree roots. Trees' roots communicate with each other, and that's why they often are in community with each other, and they support each other. Just like us, we need community and we need connection with other people. Okay. Balance and harmony. Trees teach us to roll with the weather, to move back and forth and have flexibility. If you are too stern in your viewpoints, you will break rather than bend. Palm trees. If you think of a palm tree, they can withstand the strongest energy, the strongest winds, and they don't break or fall over. Even though they appear to be so delicate, it's because they can sway with the wind. All right. So oftentimes in our life, if you learn the message of the trees, you will learn to be well-rooted. You will learn to be flexible. You will learn that sometimes it's good to let things go. And I think of a tree in the fall, how it lets its leaves go so it can survive. Okay, I think we have, it looks like, okay, I don't know if that's the newest. I think we're coming up on a commercial break in a minute, so. Oh, wait, no. Okay, never mind. Erase that. That was an old message. Okay. Other weird coincidences would be messages that you might get that come in through your intuition and you can't really figure out like why you're thinking that. So one day, I had an angel communication that I had done and I put it in my pocket. And what happened was I was kind of inner guided to get in my car and take a drive, but bring the reading with me, and I didn't know why. I said, you know what? I'm off today. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? I'll take a little drive, look around. Well, I found myself in front of a bookstore, and I had the reading in my pocket. And I don't know why I was compelled, but my inner guidance was telling me, go in there and hand this reading to whoever is standing at the desk. So I go in there, and a man is standing by the desk, and I hand him the reading. And he's reading it over, and he says, this is amazing. Where'd you get this from? Excuse me. And I said to him, I channeled this reading, and I want you to just look at it. And he says, oh my God. He goes, this is incredible. This is from an angel. He says, would you do a workshop for me? He goes, I'll arrange the whole thing. I'll get the people. You just show up and I'll give you money for doing the workshop. So I said, okay. And at that point, I hadn't done a public workshop to this amount of people before. So I got myself ready. This is way back in 1997. And I did a workshop. And when I walked in the room, there was like 18 or 20 people sitting in a circle. All I had to do is go in and do my thing. And I did it. And during the workshop, a lady raises her hand and she says, I got a message for you. And I'm like, really? I said, that's pretty cool. She said, yes. She goes, it's from your angel, Celeste. And she says, good job. Now, no one knew the name of my angel. I thought it was ridiculous because Celeste was the name of a pizza that I liked. So, like, why would an angel named Celeste, right? But I didn't know this woman, and she got my angel name. And she said, good job. So the angels were there for me. And even though at the time I was just new at doing a presentation about angels and had enough, kind of bravery to go in public and talk about this, she had gotten the angel name. And I found out later that she had also lost her daughter in a car accident a couple months before. And she had said my workshop gave her hope. And what was beautiful about it was that because I had enough bravery to do that workshop, she was able to get hope about her daughter from that workshop and what I presented. And I found out later that the man who hired me, I kept seeing him in priest robes. And I asked him later, why am I seeing you dressed like a priest? Well, apparently when he was 17, he was ordained to be a priest, and something kicked him off his path, and he told me he became an atheist for years. And he said after my workshop, he wasn't an atheist anymore. He had his faith again. And I thought that was such a neat thing, that how I was used to be at the right place at the right time, and I followed my guidance. I think about this a lot. What happens if that day I got scared and I started overthinking and I started saying, who's going to listen to me? Why would I do that? I could have talked myself out of being there. And those two people who got hope from what I said wouldn't have been there for me, and I couldn't have helped them. So I often think we are very, very often used in ways that we don't even know the outcome for until we do it. So my message to you is, if you feel an inner spark, an inner fire, a desire, a feeling that something is going to happen that you need to do, then that's probably something you need to listen to and follow. And you can check in with your body awareness, of course, and you can say a prayer. You could do all the preliminary things you need to do, but then have courage to do the good thing that you know that your heart is telling you to do. Okay. All right, I wanted to go over a couple other things. Okay. Oftentimes people will want a quick answer. They might say, just tell me what to do. Just tell me what to do. Tell me, fix my life, tell me what to do. The thing is, a lot of people that are new seekers will want someone else to always tell them what to do. And I want you to consider this. Even if you're given information, whether it be a reader, a reading, a tarot card, whatever, it doesn't matter. You have to take in your own truth of what feels right for you at the time. If something does not resonate with you at the time, put it aside. Go back and revisit those thoughts a little further in the future. Sometimes I had one of my clients that came in for a reading, and last year she came in for like a really quick kind of 15-minute connection with me. And she said last year there was some information that didn't resonate with her, but this year it was right on target. And what I said to her was, last year she was in a very different emotional place and spiritual place than she is now. Now she is ready to receive more of the information that was given where before she wasn't. So sometimes it's a matter of divine timing, that you might not be ready to understand or to completely open to information. Sometimes it depends on who you are and who that other person is. So I would tell you that if you're one of these people that's going to 99 different readers and you can't figure out why your life isn't changing, you need to look inside. You need to start developing your inner awareness and your intuition and begin to try out that to help you. Because once you do, you're going to realize that people can give you information and help and assistance, but it's no good if you're not using it or developing more of it in your inner awareness yourself. It's why I developed another one of my courses called Love Your Inner Guru. And your inner guru is your inner wisdom. I'm actually doing that course tomorrow if I get signups for it. For this course. Anyway, okay, we're coming up on a sponsor break. We'll be right back. This is Rosemary, and this is the Lightwalker's Path. Don't go away. I'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Rosemary. This is the Lightwalker's Path. So this workshop today, this podcast, is all about shifting and looking for those signs. Gina said she got angel bumps. Look at how many people you helped due to your courage. Thank you. Yes, I wanted to read a short passage that I actually channeled back in 2000. And because we've recently had a planetary alignment, it was kind of cool that I came across this particular reading, God wink, coincidence, and I'm going to share a little bit with you right now. Okay. As the planets align, so should the chakras. We are in balance when true energy flows. The body replicates the greater mass. The universe is a creation and a mirror of the seed of God. It is the venue of the soul, the all, the creation. It's not just man, but all living and non-living things are part of this conscious and non-conscious, all the same, the creator. What appears to be solid is not, for the earth itself is a riddle. The awakened truth seeker finds wisdom where others see just a rock. The formless has form, the invisible presents itself. Faith is the key. Belief and trust unlocks the great mystery. Okay. The earth has been in a state of flux, as so the human spirit. All mirrors the other, so uncertainty presides. The uncertainty happens with changes in the earth and the changes every soul makes. Fear does not help. In fact, it is the dark corner of the soul where light gets pushed out. Fear gets cast out. Light is in the spirit and is truly filled, hence not weighted with fear. The riddle is that fear has no power, though people believe it does. So what another the reading goes on and on there, but the main message is that don't walk into the fear place when you're looking at how things unfold. If you recognize in front of you that the earth and the positions and the things that happen to you are actually mirrors for what's internalizing in you, you will begin to notice patterns. For instance, let's say you're out and everybody's mean, okay? They might be reflecting the mean energy that you feel about yourself. If they are open and welcome and accepting, they could be mirroring how you are presenting yourself to the world. So if you think about mirroring, it's really kind of neat because you're not going to take things personally. You're like, oh, that person might be mirroring how I was feeling the other day, or that happy person might be mirroring what I want to bring into the rest of today. Of course, there's always people that you're going to come across that will irritate you, that may tick off a button that you didn't know you had, they kind of wheedling at you a little bit, and really take that as a lesson. What is it in this situation or that person that is getting to me? What lesson have I not learned that person, I'm giving them power for that person to irritate and annoy me? All right, it's always a lesson for us. It's really not about the other person, even though people will want to tell you it is. It's not the other person. It's how you are responding to that energy. And if your energy is more uplifted and positive than that negative energy, it'll roll off you like water off a duck's back. If there's an area in you that's not completely healed, you will feel the result of those actions as well, and it'll really bother you and get to you. If there's an insecurity in you, okay, if you're very insecure about being loved, about friendship, then you will take every person's comment as a slight to your feelings. If you are easily upset, think about what in you has not been developed, healed, or loved enough, where you are responding and reacting negatively instead of understanding that maybe that other person is in pain. Maybe they're not happy and they're just seeing you as the next person in front of them that they want to dump their energy on. All right. You don't have to allow it. And the best thing I would tell you to do is wear a color that you feel resonant with, like a beautiful blue for communication or a green for healing, whatever color you're drawn to that day. Buy yourself some flowers. Flowers have beautiful, loving energy in them. Go for a walk, hug a tree, look at the signs of nature, say a prayer, and have some gratitude. All these things will help to shift your day. Look for coincidences, number signs, colors, words you hear, people you meet, places you go. Look for the patterns. Patterns will teach you. Okay. All right. So I also wanted to tell you that I do have a lot of self-study courses on my website. In fact, one of them right now is free, called Dip Your Toe In. Occasionally, if you go to that self-study page, I'll post up, this is free for the next few days, and you can catch on a class. I had one of my clients recently take Raise Your Vibration, which was originally, I think, a $55 course, and she got it free because she was watching my emails and everything. So she snagged the course and she worked on it for 90 days and she gave me beautiful feedback about it. So every once in a while, I'll post a free course. I also have a free download. I wrote a lot of books, and 3 of them are spiritual books. And if you go to my website, on rosemaryd.com, I have a page called Grateful Giveaways, and I have a video there. I have 3 chapters of Divine Messengers and some other little things that I put on there for free. If you are not sure if you understand something on my website, you can ask for a 30-minute consultation, like I call it a discovery session, where you can ask me about a service or a product that you see that you want more explanation on, or you just want to meet me and see who the heck I am. And if you want to put your money where your mouth is, right? It's fine. You know, you could also contact me at info@rosemaryd.com. I do lots of workshops and sessions, both in New Jersey and at other places. I have in New Jersey a workshop that I'm going to be doing at the end of March at an acupuncture location in Hackettstown, New Jersey. So if you are local and you're interested in going to that, you can explore that also on my website. I have the link there for 12 Rivers Acupuncture. I also do workshops in New Jersey, right here at my home office, and I also sometimes offer them on Zoom. So even if you're out of state, you can do, enjoy trying a course out, or seeing what it's like. Also readings. You can do a transformational talk session with me, an angel reading. Angel readings take a little while for me to do, because I channel them before I meet with you. So there's lots of different opportunities that you can use to grow your own spirit. Okay. I want you to remember that your angels and guides are always present for you. So please, keep in mind that they're always there and it's all good. Okay. So, this is the Lightwalker's Path, and this is Rosemary DeTrolio. Please visit my website, rosemaryd.com. Please check in with me at this place next week at 10 Eastern. If you want to learn more about workshops, sessions, my books, or courses, go to my website and sign up. And you can also see my blog there. And have a good day. Wear a bright color. Go hug a tree. And enjoy the rest of your day today. Take care. I'm your host, Rosemary DeTrolio, and you've been watching and listening to The Lightwalker's Path. Learn about my workshops, sessions, courses, and more at info@rosemaryd.com. My website, rosemaryd.com, Hands of Light by Rosemary. Have a blessed and beautiful day.